It's been a while. Hey guys, I'm Hiran, welcome to Double H. And in this video, I'll be talking about the Galaxy Buds Pro. I'm gonna be talking about my experiences and what I think, and you guys can come to a conclusion whether or not this is worth the price that you pay for you personally. But if you are the kind of guy who really doesn't want to watch a random YouTuber talk about the earphones for a really long time, in short, it's a really good earphone and you probably want to buy it. It doesn't really have a lot of disadvantages per se, so you probably want to try it, and I don't think you will regret it because it doesn't really have huge disadvantages, so you might as well try it. But I would say that if you are the kind of person who have niche requirements, you might want to watch this whole video because I can give you a more personalized review. First up, I just want to say that I'm not really going to go deep into the specifications of these earphones because I'm not exactly an audiophile and I don't really know a lot about what each part does and stuff, so I'm not going to be talking about that, just letting you all know. If you want to check on the specifications of the earphones, you can go to their website or any website for that matter and just look it up. This video will be structured as follows. First, I would be unboxing it. It's not long at all. Then we have the brief explanation of the earphone itself and the charging case. Then I'll be talking about my experiences with the Galaxy Buds Pro, which would be probably a really long part. I would be putting chapters in this video, so if you want to skip forward or go back, listen again, it will be possible because I made chapters, so just want to let you know. The unboxing experience isn't anything special. It comes with a small box within which there is the charging case, and within the charging case there is the Galaxy Buds Pro earbuds. You also get a few paperwork, guide, the warranty and stuff, and there's the extra ear tips which you can use in case the medium ear tips that are coming along with the earbuds Pro doesn't really fit yours. Let's start with the earbuds themselves. The Galaxy Buds Pro have basically the same design as the Galaxy Buds Plus. They're not too big, but also not too small. The Galaxy Buds Pro has a few sensors which are required for certain features like ambient noise, noise cancellation, in-ear detection, etc. The ear tips are silicone, so they stay in a lot more than usual ear tips. But I know that some people do not like silicone ear tips, so that might be something you might want to keep in mind. The charging case that comes with the Galaxy Buds Pro has 700 mAh battery. It can be charged using USB-C. It's a pretty manageable size, not too big, so it can be easily put in your pocket, but it does bulge out a bit. And it is actually deceivingly heavy, but not too heavy that it's actually obnoxious or annoying. It's been more than 3 months that I've been using the Galaxy Buds Pro, and I've been using it really heavily. I use it when I eat, I use it when I sleep, I use it when I study, I use it when I travel, I use it when I... So, unsurprisingly, I have a really good idea on what works and what doesn't work, the advantages and disadvantages of the Galaxy Buds Pro, and I'll be talking about these in a bit. The major reason for me to get a wireless earphone was to not deal with wires, but it can be a disadvantage. Sometimes you can easily lose either one or both of the earphones when you don't have wires. It also doesn't help that when you sweat, the earbuds can easily come off, or when you wear it for a really long time, your ears do usually sweat because it's silicone and it's closed, so that can cause the earphones to fall off eventually. But it isn't really a common thing unless you wear it for a really long time or you do a lot of exercise with it. I personally do wear it for a really long time, so I'm accustomed to keep on checking the earphones so that they do not fall off again and again. But even if it does fall off, other than it going missing or falling to some place you can't get it off of, the earbuds are pretty well built, so you really don't have to worry about whether it will take damage or not. With the amount of punishment that I personally have done to these earphones, I'm actually pretty surprised that it's still working. I mean, if you look pretty closely, you can see the damage on both the earphones and the case. It has fallen down from my ears on roads, on concrete, bounced off into pools of water, it's fallen into buckets of water. Yeah, I probably need to take care of my things a lot better. But point being, it's surprisingly durable and you really don't have to worry about it falling from, let's say, your bed or from where you're sitting. Something like falling from a small height or sweat or even rain cannot really damage it as much as you think. Now let's talk about the sound quality, which is probably something that most people are going to be looking for. For someone switching from a normal kind of earphones to the wireless kind, this is going to be a huge upgrade and you're going to be blown away from the kind of sound quality it has. But if you are the kind of person who has already experienced high-end audio equipment, it's not gonna be a huge improvement, but it's gonna be a really good experience for the price you're paying. You can also customize the EQ for the earbuds, although it's not really full customization because it's basically presets. Pairing the earbuds to your phone with the wearable application is so easy, so I'm not really going to be including a tutorial on how to do that. You can use the wearable app for various features like ambient noise, noise cancellation, like I said, ambient noise, noise cancellation, in-ear detection. Also, you can do some customizations to the touch settings. For example, you can add a 3-tap setting, which you can set as some function on the application. The active noise cancellation on this earphone is really good. You really can't hear anything if you're playing music as well as the active noise cancellation is on. I go by train a lot in India, and you know how loud trains can be, and I really cannot hear anything except for like really loud sounds of other trains just whizzing past us. It's definitely not AirPods or anything like that, but it's still really comparable. Ambient noise is good enough on this earphone. The thing is, background noises can blur out what people are saying to you. For example, if there's wind going over your face, let's say, you're only going to be hearing the wind, and the voice of the person who you're talking to is not going to be very audible. It can be customized to a certain degree, and you can eliminate most of that, but it's really not at a point where you can totally rely on it. You still have to take out the earphones, you know, at certain times. Also, you don't really have to go to the application for changing it from ambient noise to noise cancellation or vice versa. You can just press and hold the touch sensitive area of the earbud, and it automatically switches between ambient noise and the other one, which is active noise cancellation.
So I am in the road right now, and there's not a lot of vehicles, but whenever vehicles pass by me, I can't hear them even though noise cancellation is on. But thing is, when I put on music, I really can't hear anything.
Talking about the touch interface, it's good, but there's still a possibility that something might brush up against your ear and some kind of gesture might be triggered. Sometimes the double tap or triple tap gesture can be buggy. You need to do it slowly, but if you do fast, it sometimes picks it up, but at times it can miss 1 or 2 taps, so it does a completely different gesture instead of what you were trying to do. If you do plan to sleep with these earphones on, I have something to tell you. Because of the design of the earphone and it being a little bit big, it's not going to be comfortable for people who sleep on their sides, so side sleepers. It's gonna be a bit painful to sleep on your side because it does like press up against your ear, and it can be really painful. Also, there's a really high possibility that you might trigger an unwanted gesture for people who keep moving, or even when you're trying to sleep, you might hit your hand or even the pillow, the bed is enough. It will trigger an unwanted gesture. Although this particular problem can be fixed using the block touches feature, which is available in the application. If you do plan on gaming on these earphones, I got a pretty bad news. The latency on these earphones are pretty high for competitive gaming or even regular gaming. Although there's an experimental feature available on the application which reduces latency, it's only for Samsung phones, and even that is probably not enough for competitive gaming. It's probably enough for regular single-player games. Obviously, video streaming, music streaming doesn't really get affected by latency at all. Okay, so now let's talk about the battery life. The earphones, in my use case, has lasted for 2 to 3 hours without using the charging case. So it doesn't really seem a lot, but if you do consider the charging case, it can last for about 9 to 10 hours. For all the time that I've used these earphones, it has never even once died on me. Well, not considering when I sleep with these earphones. When I do sleep, I don't put it back in the charger, so it's there on my bed till the morning, so it does die by 6 to 8 hours. So it does last for a long time, which is probably enough for other people, but there are earphones that last a lot longer. The charging case has enough battery for charging the earphones 2 or 3 times fully. Theoretically, the earphone should last for about 9 to 10 hours, but in my use case, it has lasted for 12 hours to up to about 2 days, depending on how I use it. And don't worry, the earphones as well as the charging case charges pretty fast. If you charge the earphones for about 5 minutes, you probably would get a 30-minute or 40 minutes of use case. Now let's talk about the case. It has fallen down for me a lot, and it's still going pretty well, and you can see the kind of damage I did to it if you look closely. Although it's fallen a lot, it has never really touched water when I use it, so I'm not quite sure how resistant it is from experience, but it doesn't have official IPX rating, so it's probably not a good idea to try, you know, dunking it in water or something. The hinge mechanism is really polished and solid, and I haven't really seen any damage other than what happened after the third fall. It sort of became a little bit loose, like a teensy bit loose, but it's working really fine. Overall, the Galaxy Buds Pro is a really good wireless earbud in my opinion. It's actually one of the best that's out there. So from all of my opinion and my experiences that I've told you about, I'm pretty sure you got a really good idea about what you think and whether you would buy it or not. So do comment down below what you think about the earphones itself from my experience. With that being said, if you'd like to stick around, please consider watching some of my other videos like the S3 Frontier video or the Series 6 video or some other random video that's probably gonna come right here. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.